We are honored today to have Teresa Katubig from HireLevel as our keynote conversation. Teresa, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me today.
Well, one of the things that we try to do every year when we have this Top Women Business Awards event is we try to bring on stage our keynote, someone who can share some of their past experiences and really help other women with their businesses and give them ideas to encourage them to grow their company. So we're excited to have you here today to kind of share your experiences of building HireLevel. Let's start out. Tell me about HireLevel, how it got started. Take me back to the early days.
Well, we, unfortunately, 2020 was our 25th anniversary, and we had all these wonderful plans to have a big party, and those have now been moved to 2021. So 25 years in business. When I started, I was in Johnson City, Illinois, which is just a little bit north of Marion, at a four-way stop across the street from the Dairy Queen. And basically started the business on a credit card and a prayer. And everybody laughs about that and says, really, how'd that happen? And I was working as a CPA for a employment service such as HireLevel is today. Mm-hmm. And she was doing everything wrong. And as a CPA, I started realizing that and thought, yeah, this isn't a good idea. When the IRS came in and kind of took care of business with her, I went down the road and found a place to rent. The gentleman was nice enough to not make me put a deposit down.
Right.
All those things you don't even think about. And we just got started that way. I did not take a paycheck for several months. It was tax season, so I could do some income taxes, and off we go. And we were about a year in, and I decided, hey, I need to borrow some money. You know, thank goodness for the SBA. They put a lien on my house. Again, all these things happened, and everyone's like, weren't you terrified? Like, I don't think I knew enough to be terrified.
Right.
And so we get going, and I used to drive around on Fridays and deliver paychecks and pick up checks and run to the bank before 2 o'clock. And those of you that know the banking system 25 years ago,
that
all worked. So we did that for a long time. And like I said, I got an SBA loan, got some really great clients. We just started, we moved from Johnson City, Illinois to Marion, Illinois. We then just kept, I opened additional offices, had some good offices, had some bad offices, but overall we just kept plugging along. And we moved into the Edwardsville market 14 years ago. Then we moved into the St. Louis market in 2009, which is really scary. And we just kind of have kept growing since then. And so a lot of what I've done is I would purchase payroll companies, and then we would expand our employment services into those markets. So that's how we really got started. I just kept building a team as I went, just really looking. We don't hire for degrees necessarily, probably a little more now than we did before, but we are really looking for attitude. We're looking for grit.
I love that.
We're not worried about some people, well, I don't have a college education. We don't really care. What we love, and actually our last about 4 or 5 hires, and this kind of goes to the COVID-related stuff, restaurants, managers, just people trying to think, hey, I'm going to make a change now.
Right.
And they have been some of our greatest employees. We actually had hired 3 the second week of March last year. And they went from being salesmen / recruiters into they just made phone calls. It's been really crazy because they've learned to wear every hat there is to wear in our organization because they just